Okay, I forget to explain one deduction under section 80E. Uh, deduction starts from 80C, and in the middle, I forget to explain this deduction for interest on loan taken for residential house. 80C, 80D, 80E, C, D, E. In the E section, I forget to explain this point. And today you see the deduction in respect of 80EE. What is the deduction in connection with 80EE? According to section 80EE, interest on loan taken for residential house is eligible. Remember this. Okay, interest on loan taken for construction or purchase of residential house is also comes under the income from house property under section 24. Under section 24, we give the interest on loan, and there is a restriction 50,000 or rupees 2 lakh rupees. 50,000 is the maximum deduction, or 2 lakh rupees is the maximum deduction if you satisfy the given three conditions. Okay, I told the three conditions while explaining income from house property. Okay, so whatever deduction you enjoyed under section 24 in income from house property regarding residential house, if your interest is more than that, then that interest is allowable deduction under section 80EE. Okay, this is the interest on loan taken for construction or purchase of residential house. Regarding this, you see the conditions and norms. The first condition is this is for individual only. This deduction is allowable to only individual person, not HUF or company, joint stock company or association of persons or any others. This is applicable for only individuals. The assessee should be individual, and additional deduction of rupees 50,000. Maximum 50,000 deduction is available along with the deduction under section 24. You already taken the deduction under section 24. Along with that, if your interest is more than the given limit, extra 50,000 is allowable deduction. Remember this. Under section 24, in your house property, you claims loss on SOP. Loss on SOP is the interest on loan taken for residential house. That is the 50,000 or rupees 2 lakh rupees, the maximum limit there. And if your interest is more than that limit, you take the balance amount in this section. So here 50,000 is the maximum limit. You remember this. And conditions are, first is loan is taken or sanctioned in the year 1617. In the year 1617, loan should be sanctioned. Year of sanction, the loan is 2016-17. First condition. Second condition is amount of loan does not exceed 35 lakh. Whatever loan taken for the construction of house is there, that loan amount should not be more than 35 lakh. Remember this, 35 lakh. And third point is the property value should not exceed 50 lakh. Total value of the property should not exceed 50 lakh, and loan amount should not be more than 35 lakh, and loan should be taken in the year previous year 2016-17. Then you are eligible for this deduction. This is the point you remember. Nimuga loss on SOP and tilkonali cover ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಷ್ಟ 50,000 ಅಥವಾ 2 lakh ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕವರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಉಳಿದಿತ್ತಂದ್ರ ಆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋರಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫೈ ಆಗಿರಿ. 2016-17 ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ದಾಗ ಮನಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಮನಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಲೋನ್ 35 ಲಕ್ಷಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಮನಿ ಕಿಮ್ಮತ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ಮನಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಮನಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದ್ರ ಕಿಮ್ಮತ್ 50 ಲಕ್ಷಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಈ ಮೂರು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ. Then fourth condition is assessee should not own any residential house other than the loan sanctioned. Other than the loan sanctioned, whatever loan taken for construction of that house, except that house, there should not be any other house to the assessee. These are the four conditions you remember regarding 80E. 80EE. And next is 80EE. 80EE is relating to same. And this is same as 80EE, but there is a slight modification. There is slight modification. This is also for individual. And here is deduction allowable is 1,50,000. In 80EE, 50,000 is the deduction. 50,000 is the deduction. But here deduction is 1,50,000. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ. ಮತ್ತ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 24 ದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಸಲ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 24 ದಾಗ ನೀವು ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಲಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈಡ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಒಳಗ ಹಾಕಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಉಳಿದಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಉಳಿದ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಇವೆರಡು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ದಾಗ. First is assessee is individual. Second is maximum deduction. Deduction is 1,50,000 or actual whatever interest is there, that interest. You remember this. Then third, conditions you have to fulfill. The loans is to be sanctioned in the previous year 1920. Loan should be sanctioned in the year 1920. 80EE applicable for loan sanctioned in the year 2016-17. It is applicable for 2019-20. Then stamp duty value of the property should not exceed 45 lakh. The value of property should not exceed 45 lakh. Means stamp duty means government value. The value of property as per government rate. Stamp value, stamp duty value. Stamp duty value means while exchanging the property, you have to pay the stamp duty in the registrar office. In the registrar office, there are certain rates. As per that rate, your property value should not exceed 45 lakh. ठीक है. ನೀವು ಮನಿ ಖರೀದಿ ವಿಕ್ರಿ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ನಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಕೊಂಡದ್ದು ತಗೊಂಡದ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ 45 ಲಕ್ಷ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇರಬೇಕು. ठीक है. This is the third point, second point. And third point is also same. The assessee should not own any other residential house on the date of sanction of the loan. Loan sanction on date ಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಮನಿ ಇರಬಾರದು. Okay, these are the conditions. You remember once again. 80EE is only slight changes. Here 1,50,000, there only 50,000. And here is 1920 and there here is 1617. And here stamp duty value is 45 lakh, but there is another two limits. 35 lakh is the loan amount, 50 lakh is the value of property. This is the point you remember regarding 80EE. Next is deduction in respect of interest on loan taken for electrical vehicles. Electrical vehicle is purchased by you people. Electric vehicle is purchased by you people by taking a loan. Then interest on loan taken for the purchase of electric vehicle, it may be two-wheeler or four-wheeler electric vehicles. Then the condition is it is for only individual. It is only for individual. Maximum deduction is 1,50,000. Maximum deduction is 1,50,000. If interest is there, actual interest or is 1,50,000, whichever is less. Like this, you remember. 1,50,000. Conditions you have to fulfill. First condition is loan should be sanctioned in the previous year 1920 onwards. This deduction started from the previous year 1920 onwards. Okay, this is the point you remember. This is regarding 80DDE B. 80DDB interest on loan, 80DDA interest on loan, 80DDEB interest on loan for electric vehicles. Electric vehicles. Remember this. Okay, these are the points I forget to explain in the previous class, and this is regarding ATE. And ATG I already explained. And next point is regarding ATG, you remember donation given in the form of kind is not allowed. One point you remember. And second point, persons, particular persons, if you donated individually for appreciation of their services, that is also not allowed. Remember this. ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎರಡು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ. ಒಂದ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿದ್ರ ಹಣದ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಎರಡನೇದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳ ಹೆಸರು ಯಾವ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾ 26+G ತನಕ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿನ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಹೆಸರು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಅದೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿ. And 80G. Next deduction is under section 80G. 80G is the deduction in respect of rent paid on house property. HRA is not applicable. Rent paid on house property. For employees, HRA is there. House rent allowance is there, and we value the house rent allowance as per the provisions of income tax section 1310 subsection 13A. Okay, that is for employees. That is for employees. And the employees who will not receive the HRA or the rent-free accommodation, and other than employees who pay the rent to the landlord, for the residential purpose, for them this deduction is allowable. The deduction for rent paid. Okay. Deduction under section 80G is allowable only to individual. It is allowable to individual in respect of the house rent paid by him. In respect of the house rent paid by him on his residence, subject to the following conditions. Okay. Remember, this is applicable to individual, and this is applicable where the individual has not received house rent allowance from the employer. Remember this point. Okay, then what are the conditions? And first condition is the individual should be self-employed. Self-employed means he may be a businessman or professionals or any other person. Self-employed. Second is individual should not receive any HRA. House rent allowance should not be received by this person. And third is individual or spouse or minor child should not own any house property at the place if he resides or at the place of employment. Where this assessee is living, in that place, where the assessee is residing, in that place, the assessee should not have any own residential house, or his spouse should not have residential house, or minor child should not have any residential house. ಒಂದೇ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನ ಹೆಸರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಟ್ಟ ಮನಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಅವನ ಮನಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. Okay, these are the three conditions you have to fulfill regarding the rent, house rent paid by assessee. And what is the limit? Deduction under section 80G. 25% of total income. 25% of the total income, not gross total income. Remember this point. This is very important. 25% of total income, not gross total income. I have not explained the total income yet today. Okay. I am at the level of deduction. Gross total income. After the gross total income, deductions are there. After deducting the deductions, whatever balance comes, that balance is called total income. Remember this. 25% of total income or rent paid minus 10% of total income. Rent paid minus 10% of total income, or rupees 5,000 per month. For 12 months, it will be 60,000. It is 5,000 per month. Remember this, not 60,000. If he resides in rented building for whole year, you take 60,000. If in the part of the year he is in the rental house, then 5,000 per month is applicable. 5,000 per month is applicable. Okay. This is the third point. And whichever is the least, whichever is less is allowable deduction. Out of these three, the least amount is deduction under section 80GG. And I told here the total income. Total income means the last income. Okay, but you have to calculate the total income. How to calculate the total income? So you take the gross total income. You gross total income you take. In the gross total income, you deduct the first point, long-term capital gain. Second, you deduct the short-term capital gain taxable at the rate of 15% under section 111A. Third is all other deductions from 80CT, 80U except 80GG. Except this deduction, you take all the deductions and take the total and deduct in the gross total income. Whatever remains, that is the gross total income. Sariyagi note. Yen tagori. You take the gross total income. In the gross total income, you deduct three: long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain. Third is 80CT, 80U deduction except 80GG. Whatever balance comes, that is called as total income. Total income. Okay, 80GG. This is the point to remember. Okay. Next is deduction in respect of donation for scientific research and rural development. Donation for scientific research and rural development. Housing development comes under 80G. Scientific development comes under the section 80GGA. And the deduction is for scientific development or rural development is allowed to associate to the extent of actual donations. Actual donation or gross total income, whichever is less. And this donation deduction applicable if the gross total income does not include, if the gross total income does include the income from business or profession. Deduction allowable is 100%. Your income should be business or professional income. Okay, 100% deduction means total donation is deductible in your gross total income. It is simple one. Scientific development, research, rural development. If word donation madidri, total deducts ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ ಒಂದಿನ business or profession income ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಇರಬೇಕು. Next is 80GGC. 80GGC deduction. This is relating to contribution to political party by the assessee. Donation to political parties. It may be Congress Party, Bharatiya Janata Party, or any other parties. There are so many political parties. So, if the assessee paid the donation to political party, that is allowable deduction under section 80GC. I will not go for explaining in detail. ಒಂದೇ ಶಬ್ದ ನೆನ್ಬಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಸೆಸ್ಸಿ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರ ಈ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ 100% ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ 100% ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ 80GC. It is for individual contribution. And if the assess is a joint stock company, the section applicable is 80GB. 80GB is applicable for joint stock companies. 80GC is applicable for individual. Then political party means party registered under section 29A or Representation of People's Act 1951. Okay, ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಏನ್ ನೆನ್ಬಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ, ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರ ಅದು ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಟ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡು. ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದೇ ನೆನ್ಬಿಟ್ಕೋರು. ಇದು 100% ಐತಿ. Next deduction. Next deduction is in respect of interest on deposit in saving account under section 80TTA. Interest on saving deposit account. Saving deposit account. This is important. The main important point is saving deposit account. Interest on saving deposit account. These from this point income aspect starts. Interest received on saving deposit account. This deduction is allowed to individual and HUF. It is allowable to individual and HUF. In respect of interest earned on deposit in SB account. Deposit in SB account. Remember, this is the specific word given in the problem. Saving account should be there. It may be in the nationalized or scheduled bank. Then it may be in the cooperative banks, or it may be in the post office. It may be in the post office. Then what is the amount of deduction? Amount of deduction is actual interest or rupees 10,000, whichever is less. Whichever is less. Okay. And you remember, the interest on post office is exempted from tax up to 3,500. I already explained in the exempted income. 3,500 rupees exempted under section 10 subsection 15 regarding post office SB account. And in case of single account, there is 7,000. Single account 3,500 and 7,000 in case of joint account. And interest exceeding this limit is allowable under section this. If the 3,500 interest is there, that is allowable under section 15, 10 section 15. The interest exceeding 3,500 in post office SB account is allowable deduction under this section. Remember this. This section is totally in connection with, saving account. Remember this. It may be in the bank, it may be in the post office, may be in the cooperative societies. Clear? And deduction is maximum 10,000 or actual interest received, whichever is less. This is the point you remember. Clear? And next point is Deduction in respect of deposit in saving accounts 80TTB. This is the same. The previous section is connected with the general assessing, and section 80TTB. This section is applicable for the senior citizens. This is for senior citizen, and this is for senior citizen, and this is interest relating to saving and FD also. Remember this. This is for senior citizens who are having the age of 60 or more than 60 years, and deposit is in the form of saving account or fixed deposit account in banks, cooperative societies, post office. Okay, there is a slight change. And deduction amount is actual interest or fees 50,000, whichever is less. 50,000 or actual interest, whichever is less. Remember this. Under 80TTA, 80TTB, yadukka difference ಏನಂತ 80TTA apply ಆಗೋದು ಜನರಲ್ ಅಸೆಸ್ಸಿ less than 60 years, 60 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಳಗಿನವರಿಗೆ. ಟೀಟಾ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗೋದು 60 ವರ್ಷ ಮೇಲಿನವರು, ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಸಿಟಿಜನ್. ಇನ್ನು 80TTA ಆದಕ್ಕಂತ ಬರೀ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ FD ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ 10,000 ಐತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 50,000 ಐತಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎರಡೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆರೆ ಎರಡರಾಗ ಒಂದೇ ಕುಂತೈತಿ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10,000 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 50,000 ಕೊಂಡುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ್ದಾರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಇದು 60 ವರ್ಷ ದಾಟಿದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಐತಿ, ಅದು 60 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಳಗಿನವ್ರಿಗೆ ಐತಿ. ಟೀಟ 60 ವರ್ಷ ದಾಟಿದವ 60 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಳಗಿನವ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸೇಮ್ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಬರುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶುದ್ಧ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫೀಸ್. SB 3,500 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತತಿ. ಉಳಿದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋರಿ. ಓಕೆ, this is 80TTB. Next deduction is regarding 80QQB. 80QQB. This deduction is regarding royalty. This is regarding royalty. Royalty income received by the author. Author is write the book, publisher publish the book, and publisher give the royalty to the author. If the royalty is received by the author, then royalty is eligible deduction under section 80QQB. Okay. Then what are the conditions? The individual should be resident of India. Remember this. He can be a co-author if the book may be written by 2 or more authors in common. In combined, they may write the book. Then book must be a literary, artistic or scientific nature. Okay. Then book must be for royalty. Income from the royalty must be there. ಒಬ್ಬ ಬರ್ಲಿ 4 ಮಂದಿ ಕೂಡಿ ಬರ್ಲಿ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾದವ್ರು ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಬುಕ್ ಲಿಟರೇಚರ್, ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್, ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಬೇರೆ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. And deduction applicable. Deduction applicable is 100% royalty received or 3 lakh rupee, whichever is less. 3 lakh rupee or actual royalty, whichever is less, is the allowable deduction. If royalty received as a percentage value of book sold, 100% royalty or 15% of sale value. 15% of sale value or 15% of sale value or rupees 3 lakh. Sorry, N2. This is the point. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 3 ಲಕ್ಷ ಅವನು ಏನ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತ ಅದ ಇಷ್ಟ ಒಂದ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋರು. 3 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಲ್ಲೈತು ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ ತಗೊಂಡ ಯಾವ ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡು. ಯಾರದಾಗ author royalty ಮೇಲೆ. Then next deduction is regarding patent. ಇಲ್ಲದ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ ಆರ್ 3 lakh whichever is less. ಇದು ಸೇಮ್ ಐತಿ ಆಥರ ಮತ್ತು ಪೇಟೆಂಟ್. Patent is regarding manufacture of the product. This is the patent means patent find the new thing, that new thing is produced by the manufacturer. So patent regarding royalty in case of patent right. This is also 3 lakh rupee or actual royalty whichever is less is allowable deduction. ಸರಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಬುಕ್ಕಿಗೂ 3 ಲಕ್ಷ ಐತಿ, ಪೇಟೆಂಟ್ಗೂ 3 ಲಕ್ಷ ಐತಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್. ಇಷ್ಟ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಡ್ರಿ. Next and last deduction is deduction under section 80U. Deduction under section 80U is in connection with assessee with disability. Assessee is the disabled person. If the resident individual and he is a person with disability and he can claim this deduction under section 80U. Then what are the conditions? The case is general disability. In case of general disability or normal disability, 75,000 is allowable deduction. In case of severe disability, 1,25,000 is allowable. 1,25,000 is the deduction. Remember this. ಎಷ್ಟು 1,25,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಡಿಸಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ 75,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡಿಸಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ? ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕುಂಟದ. ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಸಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದ್ರ 40% to 80% of disability. 40% to 80% disability is called as normal disability, and more than 80% disability is called as severe disability. Remember this. And this deduction is available whether it is spent or not. ನೀವು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ಇಟ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಇನ್ ಯಾವುದು ಡಿಸಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ನಿಮ್ ಭಾಷೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರ ನೀವು ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಅರ್ಧಮರ್ಧ ಶನೇರ್ ತೀಟ. ಇನ್ನು ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಕುಡ್ಡ, ಕುಂಟ, ಕಿವುಡ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಿಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನ 40% 80% ಏನ್ ತೋರ್ಸಿನಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಟಿಫೈ ದಿಸ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫೈಡ್ ದಿಸ್, ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಲೈವಬಲ್. ಯಾವ ಅಸೆಸ್ಸಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾನ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇತ್ತು 75,000 ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕುಂತತಿ, ನೀವು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1,75,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 25,000 ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕುಂತತಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವೆರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಹಚ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಇದೇರಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಟ್ಟ ಅದನ್ನ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ಡ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. 40 to 80 ನಾರ್ಮಲ್, 80 ಅಬೌವ್ ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಡಿಸಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇಟ್ಟ ನೀವು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ. And this is the last deduction, and you go through these deductions repeatedly with YouTube ದಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೋವನ್ನ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಯಾವ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಷ್ಟ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವೆಷ್ಟು ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ